Hello, and welcome to the Loveology podcast, where we talk about love and life with laughter. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jason.
He's the carefree one.
She's the serious one.
And we're married.
We have been since 2012, and we like to think of ourselves as a couple of loveologists.
Not because we are the experts, but because we just love love.
We enjoy studying and talking about it, so we thought, let's just start a podcast.
A place where we can share what we have learned about love, relationships, and marriage.
You can share what you've learned, and we can all grow together.
So here we are. Are you ready?
Let's get started. Hey, what it is, what it do, how you doing, baby girl, what's up?
Jason.
What's up? What's up, baby? You feeling good tonight?
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
I'm feeling good, man. How you? I'm feeling good because we have some special guests on the show today.
Yes, we do. I'm excited. I always love when we have guests.
So let's start off with the first person that we have tonight on this lovely episode. Sir, who do we have?
We have Mr. Lee Hightower.
Mr. Lee Hightower, thank you, sir, for coming on. And who did you bring along with yourself, sir?
And I brought my beautiful wife, Mrs. Wendy Hightower.
Miss Wendy, how are you feeling tonight?
Pretty good. How are you, Jason?
I am outstanding, amazing, and blessed.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Goodness.
So tonight we're talking about what, love?
We are talking to this couple because they have been married for 29 years.
29 years. Shout out. We got to give it all the shouts out and
Yes.
praises for that. But y'all been together longer than that, right?
Yes, 34 years.
awesome.
34 years.
33 years?
Uh-oh.
Messing
The
it
wife
up
always got to
already.
correct the husband.
Yeah,
What is
yeah.
this?
33 years. I just got a correction.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's a long time regardless. 33, 34, 54.
Yeah.
Shoot, man. Wendy, how do you how you do it?
With a lot of prayer.
Cuz I know I'm something else with my wife.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Have me praying every day.
Yeah.
4-5 times a day.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Jesus help me.
Yeah.
No, just
Yeah, I ain't that bad.
no, you're not bad at all. You're great. But yeah, so we hope to get some wisdom, get some insights by just hearing your personal stories, and we're so excited to have you.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll just start off with you guys telling us where you're from originally.
Well, I was born and raised in Compton, California.
Shout out to Compton.
CPT.
What is CP? Are you with me? That was GP.
That's right.
That's God.
Oh,
praise.
you know
God
I have
praise.
somebody from Compton. Oh, so. And I'm from, well, I was born in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, but I was raised here in Carson, California.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, pretty much for people that don't know, because we have listeners all across the world, pretty much is L.A., right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Suburb of LA.
Yes.
Okay. So how did you meet?
How did the love story begin? Nah, do like this.
Oh, he got all sorts of sound effects.
Yeah,
too.
no.
Come on with it, man. Come on with it.
We actually met at a party.
Okay. So Lee was laying the Mac down. How did it go?
Well, the backdrop was my best friend, who is a hairstylist. She was doing my hair, and I told her I wanted to go out.
Mm-hmm.
And she was actually dating a friend of me and Lee's, but we didn't know each other at the time. And I had told her, I said, well, that's fine. He can go with us, but we're going out.
Yeah.
But unbeknownst to me, I didn't know that, and the guy's name is Dane, had talked to Lee to actually come to the party. So that's how it actually
Nice.
happened.
So Lee, how did that conversation go with your boy?
Just like they all used to when we was young. I got a couple that's coming through. I got a couple. Yeah. Come on through, and that's what actually I was with some more people, and I had went to another party.
Yeah.
And we were just all partying.
Yeah.
With friends, and he just told me. I think we talked, and he knew where we were going to end up. You know, I knew where he was going to be.
Right.
So we went over there, and I ended up meeting Wendy at the party.
Who approached who?
I did. I backed her up. Like my boy need me to take her away because it was my boy and her and her friend.
Yeah.
And my boy was with her friend.
Yeah.
So it was, automatically I was just gonna have to go to her.
Yeah.
Right.
And have a conversation with her and kind of get her out of that third wheel. She was like the third wheel with them.
Yeah.
He was the
More
third
so.
wheel.
I was straight.
Yeah. So I just went and talked to her. But we had a great conversation that first night.
Do you remember the line that you laid on her? That you felt like they sealed the deal?
No, I don't remember the line that
Okay.
I laid on her, but it was
Wendy, do you remember the line that he laid?
Mm-mm.
So was it the looks? Was the conversation? Was the vibe? Was the dance move? What was it?
You know what it was? It was actually because we went to the party first. He wasn't there. We left, and we ended up going to a club.
Mm.
So we went to the club. I think either the line was long or something, and then we left. So Dane was like, well, let's go back to the party.
Mm-hmm.
So when we went back to the party, then a few minutes later, I think that's when he came in.
Oh,
and
okay.
so we chatted for a little while, and then I remember we danced. And I remember, because Lee grew up in a neighborhood where everybody is friends. So one of the girls, because it was a cha-cha record that was on, but we were actually slow dancing. So the girl came and said, don't be slow dancing with him or something like that. And I remember giving her a look like, who are you and why are you telling me something? But, it all worked out. So I think we stayed maybe a few, because we didn't stay at the party long, because then we ended up leaving. So of course, I get dropped off, and they go do whatever they do.
Mm-hmm.
So Lee, what y'all end up doing?
What did I do?
Yeah.
Who knows, man? I was gone.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah,
He getting all the details. They can't remember all that. I can't remember last week.
I remember kindergarten a little bit.
Yeah. No, I know I did something, and maybe
Ain't no telling.
Yeah, ain't no telling.
Okay.
What I was out and about.
Okay.
Yeah.
The point is, they got you exchange numbers.
I gave her the number. She was gone, and I was doing my thing.
See,
Yes.
back in my day when I was out there like that, you know what I'm saying? I would go for at least double digit numbers. So I'll be going for some more numbers. I'm just saying that was me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that could have been it too, but we're not
can't
going
remember.
all the way there. No. Probably got some more numbers that night, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But,
And so y'all started to date.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
And we dated, and I remember, I think our first date was, I think they came by one day and
went to
picked
the
me
park.
up. We went to the park, right?
Next day.
Went to the park. Was that the next day? So yeah, we went to the park, and I got to know her a little bit more, a little better, and we just started dating after that.
Yeah.
We start talking on the phone. The date.
How is
regular
dating?
old
How is
thing.
dating different now than it was at that time? What do you think was different?
I don't know because I don't date now.
Well, I understand, but I'm just saying. You don't talk to your son and your daughter about how they they don't talk about that.
They I don't think it's a lot different. It's depending on who you are.
Yeah.
I would be the same, I think.
Yeah.
If I was in the dating scene right now,
Yeah.
I don't think it would be much different.
Yeah.
We go out. I take you out. We go to eat. We go spend some money, go to the movies.
Yeah.
Just regular old dating.
We know some guys coming up that they they do a lot, especially when they first meet a girl. They'll take them out to eat, go to the fair, go to the movies. We call them type of guys amusement parks. They just get to do
Yes.
all types of stuff.
Right.
So was you get a chance to, was you doing all that initially, or you just?
No, we would mostly go out to eat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then we would go party.
Yeah.
Right. babe, we do a lot of partying. So we go to parties and that was it. No, I don't think we did no amusement parks. We didn't do none of that kind of stuff. we didn't,
No Disneyland.
no, we didn't do no Disneyland and all that.
Concerts.
You know,
We did
concerts. We
concerts.
did, yeah, we did some concerts.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's cool.
Yeah.
So how old were you all when you met?
20, how old was we? 20,
26.
25, 26,
25,
right?
yeah.
25.
Okay.
25. Yeah, so we was pretty
Yeah.
grown.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, when we met.
Mhm.
Yeah, we weren't
That's a good
youngsters.
age. Yeah.
Yeah, we were 25.
Yeah. And so how long did you all were you a couple before? How many years before you got married?
So I thought it was 4 years. I thought it was 5 years, but my wife just corrected me. So I guess it was 3 years, right? 3 years? It was 3 years?
What, before we got married. We was, okay, we did ours backwards.
Okay.
We met in 86.
Mhm.
We had our first child in 87.
Mhm.
And then we got married in 90.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
And
it-
then we
it
had
be
our
like that.
second child in 93.
Okay.
Okay.
So how did y'all know for sure that you were the person that you wanted to marry, each of you? Like, how did you know Wendy was the one that you wanted to marry? And Wendy, how did you know?
Let's start off with you, Wendy.
Again, we did ours. We're not conventional. So
Okay.
this is really how it went down. His sister got married October 6th of 90. So I was in the wedding and Lee was in the wedding. So when we were getting ready for her wedding, then he was like, well, you know what? We should get married.
Might as
Yeah.
well. So we looking good
No.
in these
These
outfits.
tuxedos
Right.
and dresses and yeah.
So we decided to get married. So we actually got married 2 weeks after
Mm-hmm.
her wedding because he was like, you know what, we're going to get married, save for a house and buy a house. And that's what we did.
That's
Yeah.
dope. That's dope.
But I think
So-
we're already
We were-
preparing to get married before
I
then.
mean, yeah,
though.
because we worked
Yeah.
together,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and then it was like, okay, well, how long you think,
Right.
how long is my last name going to be different from our child and yours?
Right.
That's basically
Right.
really what it
Right.
was. But, you know, we were preparing. And so he saw the vision
Mm-hmm.
before I did, as far as like, let's, you know, get the house and start, you know, really doing what we need to do to
Yeah.
prosper. So,
Yeah.
Do y'all think typically it is the man that sees the vision first?
no.
You don't think so? Okay.
She gave it,
It
to me,
just-
but
it
then
just-
took it back.
It
huh?
just seems
Yeah.
like it's like I know that's my wife, and the men have to convince the woman that you are my wife.
No, when I say that, we're more, I think we're really compatible. So when we really met, we were both coming up together. If, you know what I'm saying? Like we had both went through some hard times or, you know, whereas jobs or whatever. So I believe that what really helped us come up together because we came in our relationship together, starting on the same equal footing.
Mm-hmm.
So, but when I say that he saw the vision as far as, I'll say, being the man and saying that, you know, this is how I want to raise my family or whatever. So that's what I say, where I give him that as far as seeing the visionary as to being the man and this is how I'm going to raise my family.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll put it that way.
Mm-hmm. So I guess a better question for me is just wondering, how did you all fall in love with each other? Like, what was it about the person that made you want to commit? I know that, you know, you dated for were together for a few years before you got married. So just what was it that made you want to commit to this person?
Lee got the juice. I don't know if y'all know that. He got the-
It really wasn't no one thing.
Yeah.
It was just we learned to love each other because we became friends first. We were just totally
It's cool.
compatible. You
Yeah.
know, we went along and we went 3 years where it was she was my wife before we got married. You know, we were already locked in
Right.
beforehand. So it was more or less do you know a specific moment. I don't know. I don't.
It don't have to be a specific moment. I'm just
Okay.
wondering, like, I think you guys are saying it, compatibility. You guys just knew that you were very compatible and y'all just gelled and was good friends.
What really sealed it for me is because I lost my mother at an early age.
Mm-hmm.
So when I became a mother, or when I was pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
for Mother's Day, Lee came home with 3 sets of flowers.
Mm-hmm.
One for me, one for his mom that we were going to take to her, and then one for my mom
Mm-hmm.
to go to the cemetery. So that made me know that this was the man for me. So I mean, that really, really touched me for him to do that.
Oh.
Shed a little tear.
I did.
Yeah, probably a lot of tears. He said a little tear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very sweet.
Made me want to shed a little tear.
Oh,
gosh.
yeah. That's that juice, you know. got to put it down.
Right.
Yeah. So I can imagine it just showed you that he's like a very compassionate person and just, very thoughtful. It's a very thoughtful thing to do.
Yeah, he's
for
very
sure.
romantic, yeah.
Yeah. Jason, go ahead, get some tips.
Well, you see my flowers downstairs.
They dead now.
They dead, but they are fresh.
They do die.
They're
throw
supposed to
those
do. They ain't fake flowers. You know what I'm saying? But I am learning, babe.
Yeah, you do a good job. I'm just teasing you. You do a good job. So what do you wish that you would have known before you got married? Like about marriage? Is there anything?
It's a big ring you got there.
So we're gonna have to take a picture of that ring.
See, I'm not gonna say that I'm not romantic, but I'm not the typical type of girl that believes in the flowers, the romance, and all that.
Mhm.
That's just because my thing is you can show me how you love me every day. It don't necessarily have to be on Valentine's Day.
Right.
So those type of things that I know some women get really upset about, like, if we don't have no money, don't go charge no flowers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that kind of stuff doesn't bother me. Whereas someone, because that's just for other women, you
Mm-hmm.
sending me some flowers at work for me to brag to some other
Correct.
chick. I
Correct.
ain't tripping off of
Exactly.
that.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Because really, just give me some money, I can go buy me an outfit.
Right.
So those type of things, but I never got caught up in that. But what I found as being when we were freshly married,
Mm-hmm.
or just even in a relationship, older women can give younger women really bad advice.
Ooh.
And I don't think that a lot of young women really realize that
Mm.
because these older women, they can be frustrated in their relationship or just not happy.
Mm-hmm.
And you're telling this young woman to go home and do this stuff to this man, you know what I'm saying, or try those things. It's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like I would tell women, what you do in your 20s, you're just not going to do in your 30s.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to do them in your 40s or your 50s. So as you mature, then those are the things you take what you're going to deal with and what you're not.
Mm-hmm.
So, but young women can get caught up listening to older women and try to take that home.
Mm-hmm.
And it causes confusion.
I think that's excellent
That's
advice.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just posted a post today. Said love is a two-way street that is constantly under construction. And basically what you just said, 20 years, hey, you got to switch it up. We got to upgrade some stuff. We got to, go from cobblestone to asphalt,
Exactly.
And then we might go from asphalt to we just flying, you know what I'm saying? So you got to go to another level, you know what I'm saying? You can't keep, and that will help keep a relationship healthy too. You can switching it up, upgrading, constantly getting better and learning each other more. Cause it's 7 years, which is, nothing, but it's like
something.
It's
something.
Something. No, that's a lot.
It's
Some
7
people don't
years.
even make a year.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's
But
7
it's
years.
just like I'm constantly learning this girl of mine, and she's amazing. I just, I get more and more respect. I get more and more appreciation of what she do and the role that she plays for this family. And so this,
Well, Well, thank you, Jason.
Oh yeah, no problem. That's a little juice. But yeah, that was. I think that was key right there. You know? Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, be careful who you get advice from, and I think you just keep changing too. So, like you saying, it's stuff that you say stuff that you deal with in your 20s or do in your 20s.
Yeah, you're not gonna do it in your 30s.
So you just keep changing. So you know.
And normally when you're in your 30s, that's when you're in mommy mode. You're raising children.
Exactly.
So you can't be doing what you did when you were 20 out there popping and you know what I'm saying and twerking. Yeah, and then too when you're raising your kids, like with me, I was real particular about who my kids could be around. I mean, you know.
We like that too.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
We just went out for the first time in about a year.
Yeah,
we just went out. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Shout out to Miss Yvonne. Shout out. Thank you for watching the kids.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, do you have like any specific thing that was told to you, maybe?
Oh yeah, I remember one time for Christmas I had went and I had bought Lee an outfit. Some of the ladies from work, we just went shopping. And I remember one of the ladies saying, "Oh, well, why would you buy him something like that?" And you should know, okay, well, you buy your man what you want to buy. But I already know she wasn't happy.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But it's like you're trying to tell me something. I already know what this man does for me and what you may not think or what you see or whatever. But you don't know what I'm dealing with. And then I did know a long time ago, you don't tell people what you're dealing with because, or just when you're mad, because you've gotten over it. They're still mad. You see what I'm saying? Exactly.
Right.
And then they want to make little comments or say little things. And so, yeah, we've had that a lot. And then it was funny because we had a lot of people lie on us.
Oh, wow.
In the relationship, because like I said, you know, we met in 86. We had our daughter in 87. So a lot of people was rooting for us to fail.
Oh, wow. Haters. It was haters then.
It really
Before
was.
they was called haters then? What was they called back then? Jive turkey?
It wasn't that far back, Jason. Come on.
I know.
They was hating then. Yeah, they was hating then. Yeah.
Call a sucker. You a sucker.
Yeah, sucker. I'm trying to remember. There was a word for
Remember
it.
that? I'm going to get you, sucker.
Yeah.
You dirty mother. Don't you say that.
Yeah.
So all we had was each other.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's so sad, but that definitely happens all the time. Just people hating and want your relationship to fail.
Yeah. Want you to fail, and it's a sad thing, and but we didn't. I think what I love about Wendy was she took that to heart. She didn't really listen to a whole lot of people, you know, and her friends. She would come back and tell me just, you know, different little things about what was said. And I remember one time we went to Hawaii, and my own cousin, you know, she's an older woman, but she used to talk to Wendy. She was real good with Wendy and my baby. My daughter was young, and she was with them, and I think I talked to them from Hawaii. We went to Hawaii, and they felt like Wendy took me to Hawaii.
That's a good thing.
I mean, it's not really in their eyes because they feel like I should be, which I did, you know. We paid for the trip together. It wasn't like Wendy paid for the trip, you know. But they felt like, for some reason, they felt like Wendy was doing so much for me. But I was working just as much as she was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know what that whole, how that all came about. I'm like, what? Oh, so Wendy took you to Hawaii? Like, wait a minute, no. we came to Hawaii.
I don't understand what's the problem with Wendy. Actually, you can take me wherever you want to go. I'm waiting to go to Dubai. I'm waiting on that.
Could we let that go, Jason? We're not going to get into that story right now.
I mean, but it's just little things like that they try to put some hate in. You know, it's just hate, you know, where I don't know where that came from, but yeah, we had all kind of little haters, little haters going around.
Yeah, a lot of
But
times
then-
people
then I
want to
started-
be in your position and they can't do what you do, so they hate. Basically, what it is admiration.
Yeah.
They want to be like you or want to be in your position. They want to have what you have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it just turns into, if I can't get it, I don't want you having it either.
Yeah.
You know? So
Mhm.
that's what I kind of
Yeah.
see haters. My wife sometimes hate on me. You know what I'm
I
saying?
am Jason's number one hater
Yeah.
and supporter.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
I'm
I
the
don't
number
know.
one supporter though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Jason is
Sometimes.
Number,
No, all the time. I'm your number one. Okay, don't
Mhm.
forget that.
Uh,
Both ways.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you have anything that you wanted to add about that? Like anything that you wish you would have known before you got married? Like about marriage?
She's a professional. She ain't gonna forget them questions.
Exactly. I'm glad
I forgot the question.
No, I think I think the best marriage is going through the marriage. You
Mhm.
know, there's nothing really that I felt like what you just asked me.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
anything
Was
that you wish you would have known before.
Wish I would have known.
That maybe would have made the marriage easier, or just maybe because it sounds like you're saying, Wendy, that you wish you would have known that those women were maybe give you bad advice, but you peeped it out really fast, basically. That's what was happening. But some people take a long time and they may argue
Right.
with their husband about this type of stuff, but you figured it out like really, really
Yeah.
fast.
Right.
Yeah.
Or they'll take that advice.
Yeah.
And it'll,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, other than I felt like I wish I could have known that we were going to be the couple that we are sooner. Maybe a little sooner, but we were together. You know, I could have married her faster, sooner, and we
Right.
could have started, together, building together sooner.
Well,
But
hey, that's a good piece of advice for somebody out there to just, twiddling their thumbs. Like, why won't you
right,
just
right,
do it?
Right. You know what
Yeah.
you got.
Yeah.
yeah,
Go ahead
yeah.
and,
Yeah.
go for it.
Yeah.
Jump,
Yeah.
go and take that leap of
Just
faith.
go and take the leap of faith. Yes, yeah. Especially when you, like you said, you know what you got. But then again, I don't think people should move too fast either.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
they should really know.
Mm-hmm.
And
And when
I
you know,
really
you know.
When you know, you know.
When you know, you know.
When you know,
Yeah.
you know.
But some people know they just scared.
Yeah,
They just be
especially
scared.
for us men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We scared that not all men, but some men. I was scared.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah,
I was a little scared.
I
as
was a
well.
little scared.
I think
I
I
was
was.
like, I
Yeah.
didn't know. I was young. I was 25, but I was still in my mind about marriage. I didn't really have a clear understanding how Wendy was going to react to marriage. I felt like, okay, maybe that back in the day, I would think like, okay, if I marry her, I was more like giving I was giving myself to her,
Right.
and kind of like I really wasn't ready to give myself away yet.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It was kind of like that. It was like, okay, we're gonna be one after that, and I really wasn't sure if I was for that. I wasn't sure. Even though she was all she was and all that, it didn't really click, until it clicked.
Yeah.
And when it clicked, it was like, okay,
Okay.
let's go.
Right.
Yeah. But it had to click. It had to click for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then when it did, then she'll tell you this is what we're getting ready to do. Here's the plan.
Right. I think for me it was like the pageantry of getting married and all that was kind of gave me a little stage fright a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. You know what I'm saying? But because
Just
like
the big day.
I'm shy. I don't know if y'all know that, but I'm really shy. It's just I just fight through it. You know what I'm saying? I have a little anxiety or whatever. I just fight through it. So I knew I wanted to be with her. It was just I don't know. Like I said, just all the stuff leading up to it. And like I said, my ring felt like a little dog collar or something. Felt weird, you know what I'm saying? But
Dog collar.
now I'm used to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I really think with us, we were so smooth.
Mm.
I didn't want to interrupt nothing because it was already smooth.
Ah,
We were already good.
yeah.
And we had apartment. We were good. We even had our kid, and we was still good.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, is this marriage getting ready to tear it up? Here I go.
Yeah.
And, I kind of had that kind of hesitant there, but no, after it like I said, when it clicked, it clicked, and we moved forward.
Awesome.
It's been good. 29 years of marriage.
29 years of marriage.
29 years of marriage.
Ain't that something?
Okay, well, great. So tell us, we're going to transition into some questions about parenthood and being married.
Oh, yeah. We listening because we
So-
need help.
Yes, we just started. So
Jesus.
tell us a little bit about your children and what it was like to raise them together.
It was beautiful. Really. I think, and Wendy was real good at, like she said earlier, that she didn't really want a whole lot of people raising her. We were going to raise those kids. And it was fun. I enjoyed raising the kids.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun. We had to stop what we were doing, as far as partying and all that kind of ceased.
Right. Your 20s. Your 20s transition to your 30s.
Yeah. And that was a transition,
Right.
with the kids. And I had a ball with them, for me.
So how many kids do y'all have? Tell us a little. How many kids do you have?
You got 2 kids. One is we had a daughter first. She's
We had a daughter first as well.
31 now. She's 31 and she's 32. I'm gonna mess up on the ages and all of that. She just turned 32 in October.
Yeah.
Last month. So she's 32 and she's doing really well out living in Atlanta,
ATL.
ATL, and doing good. And we have a son. He's 26 and living in Japan right now. So we just had 2.
Yeah.
Boy and a girl.
All you
And,
need.
and Wendy was like, I'm done.
Me too,
Ain't
Wendy.
no more kids.
That's me, Wendy.
I ain't mad at you.
That was it. You got something to say about that, babe? Yeah.
I mean, raising kids, it's basically, I'm not going to say it's just on the mother, but the mother is the one that's, because men's life really don't stop. Once the kids truly come, they could still go hang out with their friends and stuff. And like I said, Lee comes from a neighborhood where they're still friends, So that was interesting.
Now you got me thinking about some of those
I told
going out.
Ashley, I said, man, we blessed that we not back in Arkansas because I'll be playing spades, playing bones,
Right.
all times of the
Right.
night. I'll definitely be doing that. So I know our relationship will be a totally different dynamic.
Yeah.
I told him,
now.
I said we was gonna have some problems.
Yeah. Because that's what men do.
Yeah.
And we had some issues with that.
Some spats.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Lord had to help
Let's
us
talk
on
about
that.
that. Y'all don't have to go too deep in it, but we want to help other couples who might be going through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might end up going through that here soon. Who knows?
Yeah. Well,
Lee had a cousin who recently passed. Her name was Sherry. And I remember when I was pregnant with Leah, and Lee would, because now this is in our 20s. So, he was still out there. He was partying and hanging with his friends and stuff. And so I remember Sherry telling me, she said, you know what, Wendy, all you need to do is just have him, because, she had already had kids. And she told me what she went through because her ex-husband used to do the same thing. And she said, just have him take you, just take you for a ride or whatever, but he has to spend time with you and then go hang out. And then, because, you know, when you're pregnant, you have all those emotions going through and everything. And so he did. I'm not going to say like he didn't spend time with me because that wasn't the issue.
Right.
But it was just that when you big and fat, can't move, but you know, you in the house just stuck, and that wasn't me because like I said, we met at a party, so I partied too, and now I'm stuck and I can't go, but you still going, you know, so so that was an adjustment,
for sure.
No, but really raising our kids, we did have fun. I mean, because I was the type, we put him in everything. And like our son, he played sports. So we wasn't the type to let coaches raise our kids. You at the game, I'm going to be at the game too. They messing with you, they got to mess with me too. So I'm at practice and all that. So that part, it was hard because we lived in Moreno Valley. We always worked in L.A. So our kids, instead of them being latchkey kids, they were in the car. So
how long of a drive was that for people that don't know?
It started out at 45 minutes, and it was an hour and 30.
Time went on.
60 miles one way.
See, back in
60
Arkansas, 60 miles is an hour.
Yeah, it is an
But
hour.
here it's like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be
It
here.
used to be an
Yeah, it
hour,
used to
45 minutes to an hour. We could do it.
Then these country folks like ourselves start moving in,
Yeah.
overpopulating the place.
Overpopulating the place, and the place got overpopulated.
Y'all shouldn't have such a cool city, man. This is an awesome city.
But you know what? I think that saved us, you know, because instead of our kids being latchkey kids, they were with us. So wherever we went, and by Lee working for the post office, he would have to work on Saturdays. So, and if I didn't want to be stuck in Moreno Valley on Saturdays, we got up and came to LA so that we could, you know,
Be together.
or have, you know, because we only had the one car. You know, we went through. You do what you got to do.
Yeah. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adjust.
Just
So love help you through all that.
yeah.
Oh
You
yeah.
about need love to
Yeah,
get to.
Deal with
You
all
can't
that.
do it without love.
Yeah.
Has to be love. Love
Yeah.
has to be involved.
But we always had fun together. You know, even when we were in commutes, some days it would be 2 hours and something, it's raining or something like that. We made up games, you know, driving home,
Right.
and you know, the kids would get their little homework and stuff done, and
knock it out in the car.
yeah, we
Knock
would
it out in the
just
car. Yeah.
It's actually
Knock it
kind of
out.
cool though.
yeah,
So you know, to go ahead, because that's what
Yeah.
your parents try to do to make you do your homework as soon as you get home. Nobody want to do the homework as soon as you get home,
right.
you know.
Yeah.
But if you doing it in the car, you got to be in the car anyways. Might as well knock out my homework.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, exactly.
that was kind of
So
cool.
yeah, they did really well too. I mean, with academically, you know, a lot of people would think, okay, well, y'all got that house out there, but y'all not enjoying it, you know, because y'all always on the road. We loved the house. We enjoyed the house all the time we was out there. You know, it was, you know, we had fun together.
Yeah.
You know, and it didn't take a house or whatever. You know, it was just we, just as a family, we just had, made it work.
Yeah.
Yeah, made it
That
work.
is very beautiful.
Yeah,
That is
just
so
made it-
important, just to stick together
Yeah,
and make
just
it
to
work
make it
and
work.
have fun together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
It was
yeah.
us four. We had to do what we had to do.
Yeah. That's a great piece of advice for sure.
Yeah, it
So
was
Jason,
another
we just-
quote that it says.
Okay, he just quoting all the quotes
yeah,
today.
Get a little quote. They say a perfect relationship is not perfect. It's just that both people never gave up.
That's so true. That's
By persons unknown. We don't know who said it, so I'm gonna take it. I said
See, and
that.
people want to, they're so quick to just give up. The grass is not greener on the other side. All you're going to do is take them same problems that you're having in that relationship
Right.
over to that one
Right.
and then accumulate other problems that you're going to have with that relationship.
Yeah.
So you might as well just work it out.
They said the grass is. It said sometimes the grass is greener, but it's fake.
Fake grass.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
AstroTurf.
Right. Exactly.
And what
Yeah.
Drake said is greener where you water it, right? Well, he wasn't the first
Correct.
one that said that. Was
Yes.
He said the grass is greener where you water it.
Where
So
you
like
water
what you
it.
say, just sticking together, making it work, and just
Right.
having
Nurture.
fun.
Just
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
having fun, and like I said, make it work and just get to know your mate. You know, I heard you say the other day, we're different and we're totally different. So as you grow, you have to start listening more to your mate, you know, and hearing what she has to say. It's been a lot of, I had to learn that, you know, just really listen to her.
Right.
You know, even though the point was, you know, we may have had a conversation and we've discussed it, and I feel like it should go my way. Sometimes I felt like it went my way, or I felt like she didn't really understand what, like she was saying, like my homeboys, you know, she would know more about what was going on with them. And I grew up with them from day one.
Right.
And she would, you know some things that I never did catch. You know, and she would tell me, and I'm like, how you, I've been knowing this dude for forever, you know, but
she can see it from a different
she can
perspective.
see it from, exactly. And I had to learn to start listening a little bit better, you know, which I learned.
Okay, so I was gonna ask about the advice, but it sounded to me that like the best advice that you would have to couples that's raising kids. But I hear y'all saying that, especially you, Wendy, that you guys were just really involved in your kids' life, and you know you just made it a point to be their parents and to raise them. You know,
if you put the work in now, it will pay off later. And that's just the bottom line.
That's another nugget, man.
Yeah.
Put the work. If you put the work in now, get them away from that YouTube. Get them away from, you know what I'm saying? Don't let any and everybody watch your kids. You know what I'm saying? Just put the work in. It'll pay off. I love that.
And it don't have to be a sacrifice. Like, I mean, it's a sacrifice, but it's also, you know, a fun thing for you to be doing too.
Right.
It is just, you know, it's fun. Don't see it as something that's such a burden or whatever.
Chore.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's what we have
Now,
kids
don't
for,
get
to
me
bring us
wrong. In the early days, it's rough.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Because our kids are 5.5 years apart. So when we had our daughter and then we bought our first home, I'll never forget, she had graduated kindergarten and everything, and then I'm pregnant. I cried for the first like 5 months. No, seriously, because she could just get her cereal.
Yes.
You know, because I was
so independent.
Yeah, she was. Like, I would put the little cereal down
Yeah.
and fix it. She could pour it in a bowl, and she'd come up and she'd sit on the floor, and, you know, she would eat her cereal and watch TV, and then I'm pregnant. And it was just like,
I gotta start all the way over.
all the way over again.
Oh, wow.
So I was devastated
Yeah.
for the first 5 months.
Yeah.
I really was.
Yeah. And I think we all go through that, because I definitely went through a stint of, I don't know if I was depressed, like when I first found out I was pregnant, because our second child was not planned. If we wanted to have more than one
We wanted
child.
to have a second child.
So if I didn't want to have more than one child, then I would have been totally
we just
devastated.
kept pushing it back.
Yeah.
Right.
And
We
so
didn't
then
stop practicing, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's how that came about.
So when it happened, it was like, oh, I just didn't want this to happen this soon. You know what I'm saying?
We did, but we didn't.
Nah, I didn't want it to happen this. I
We
had a
wanted our
plan.
kids to be closer together, but we pushed it back because you got that job.
Yeah,
right?
I want to be in the media industry. I got a job in the media industry.
That's
I
the
was
whole
like, okay,
point.
I just want
That's
to work
the whole
for like,
reason why we came here to LA.
yeah, I just
Right.
want to work for like a year, and then maybe we can get pregnant. You know, but I want that year of just like, and we had been doing a lot, and then, oh, I'm pregnant. Oh Lord. So I completely understand. Well, Jordan was only 3, almost 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but I mean, I just quickly kind of accepted it. But like I said, if because we wanted another child, so it's just
Right.
like, well, it's just happening sooner than what I thought. But yeah, the sickness. Oh, I was sick, but that's another podcast episode of how sick I was.
So
Yeah.
Lee, how did you feel when you you knew another baby was coming before you knew the gender?
Before I knew the gender,
What's that that got to do with anything?
I'm just asking a question, love.
Before he knew the gender?
Because when you
Yeah.
for me, if it you
Oh,
know, you
so
know
when
it's
you
a
got a
son.
boy coming.
Yeah,
Okay.
if it's a son, it's
you got
like
a son coming.
yeah.
It's like yeah. But no, because we had discussed it, and she was like, "I'm gonna have two, and that's gonna be it." So I was good with it. I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, bring it on."
Yeah.
I hope it's my boy,
Yeah.
and it
Came
out,
on through.
Came on through.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I was good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you was good.
That was
How
good.
about you, Jason? You was good? No,
Yeah.
Jason was a
Well,
little shocked.
I was shocked because she tricked me like she does from time to time. She had this nice little beautiful box, glittery looking box, and I was I coming back?
Yeah, you
from-
was on a work trip.
Yeah, I was in training,
Yeah.
coming back, and I was sick. I don't
Yeah.
get sick like that, but these little suckers been getting me
Yeah.
sick around here.
Right.
Mama get me sick, daughter get me sick. They the only ones that get me. But I was sick on that trip away, and I was like, man, what's wrong with me? And I come back, she got this nice little glittery box. I'm like, oh man, this dope. She done bought me some jewelry or something. She never bought me jewelry, so I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna see.
Right.
But she's real thoughtful on her gifts.
Right.
It's like, oh, this finna be dope, right?
Yeah.
So got me in the bed. Jason, come here. So we in the bed. Open up the box. It's a pregnancy
You got
test.
the
It said positive.
test.
I'm like, what the heck?
He said, so does this mean you think you could be pregnant? I said, no. That means that I am pregnant.
You got it in this box. It's real.
Like, man, what type of gift is this?
It's coming. Wow.
So, yeah. But, yeah, so it was an adjustment for us, for sure.
Yeah.
Second one.
Yeah.
So let's go into what do you feel has been some of the biggest factors in keeping the two of you married and happy?
Prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Prayer and working at it.
Mm-hmm.
The relationship is you have to work at the relationship. You have to like we were talking about earlier, there's adjustments all the time, and we just would adjust to different things, like money, and bills and all of the things that compose of living life and being married, sometimes she would pay the bills, a lot of times she would get the money and pay the bills.
Mm-hmm.
We would switch that up. I remember, we would switch up different things.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I would pay the bill.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, we get in a little discussion, or I remember I used to call family meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to talk.
Mm-hmm.
And we would sit down and talk and strategize and see what direction we were going in. If I didn't feel like something was going right, then we'd talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And same with her. I would try to hear her on what she was feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have to kind of pull it out of her because she really was. Wendy was. It'd come out all of a sudden, instead of us discussing it out. You know what I mean? I didn't want it to be a
Eruption.
you be mad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm just trying to break the madness up.
Right.
Before you get mad,
Right.
let me know what you feeling.
Right.
Right.
But it wouldn't work sometimes. But sometimes it worked because we would, talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just a lot of communication.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we would communicate a lot and as much as we could, and it all worked out. It's still working. We still have to communicate.
Prayer,
Still,
prayer and communication.
yeah, prayer and communications, and we got saved, because we weren't saved, through our whole marriage, so that helped a lot.
Yeah.
That helps with a woman and a man knowing their place.
Mhm.
The Bible is a good structure for a marriage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you talk about if a woman don't know, when you talking about submit,
Mm-hmm.
and a woman really don't know that the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
then it's hard. You
Right.
know, especially in now in this Me Too generation, and you talk about she should be submitting.
Right.
That, you know what I mean?
Right.
That goes right over their head. So church helps. You
Right.
know, we learned that. You know,
Right.
You know that. I learned, you know, that I should love my wife like I love myself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you learn these things
Right.
in church. So I'm glad we buckle down. You know, when the kids start getting a little older, we just buckled down and went to start saying, okay, we got to raise the kids in church,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a whole nother thing. But it was good. You know, they start learning Easter plays, and you know, they start learning how to speak in public.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it helped them
That's-
a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that church, yeah, because they would do all kind of activities
Yeah.
in church. You know, kept them busy,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that was very, very positive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very positive with raising kids and with us as well. You know, we learned a lot. You know,
Yeah.
how to treat each other. You know, try to not to go to bed mad. You know, all that. You know, we learned that. You
Yeah.
know, through church. Even though we went to bed mad a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
I
but
know, shoot, we do too.
Yeah, yeah. But the word would always come back.
In the morning, I'm good.
Yeah.
I wake up good. So I wake up chipper. Hey, what's up, baby? She's still mad.
Yeah. Be mad.
We haven't talked
Wendy.
about it, Chip.
Yeah.
What you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would have to pull that out of her because she would like, she, and I get her point. She don't want to talk when you mad.
Right.
And
Which is how I
myself
am, too.
is,
Mhm.
I want to get it over with.
Yeah.
We gonna get it over with.
Yeah.
And I want to understand where you coming from.
Right. Because you
But-
might forget some stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Always do.
Yeah.
But then I learned that I have to allow her
Yeah.
because this is
That's,
her.
that's her. That's how she handles
She's
things.
a whole nother person than I
Right.
am.
Right.
You know, she handles things differently. So I had to learn, okay, well, I have to come back.
Right.
Sometimes you have to come back.
You gotta write
Yeah.
that stuff down
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
That's
got to-
definitely me, Wendy. Me and you the same person. Cause
but see, when I'm mad, no, seriously, when I'm mad, I cannot talk.
Yeah.
And
Me
it's just
neither.
best to just leave me alone. Cause my thing is, words hurt,
Mm-hmm.
and you can say some stuff that can just really get to the core. And then my mind is bad. I'll think of some crazy stuff. So it's just best for me not to say it.
Right.
Because to me, you can't come back from words.
Yeah.
A hit you can come back from. Not that
Right.
we ever fight or anything
Right.
like that. But words
Actually hit me before.
are.
Stop it. I did not.
You didn't hit me back.
I want to hear what she got to say.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
And I'm trying to say hit though, but hitting ain't good. A hit you can come back from.
No, what?
A hit.
A hit you can heal off of. You can
Yeah,
heal
you
off
can
of.
heal off of a hit, but words
You call them
cut
up.
deep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
And I just prefer
Call
to
you a
just
snagger tooth.
calm
son of a
down
gun,
and
you
then,
know.
you know.
That's-
Yeah.
Oh, that's how you really feel.
Yeah. How you-
Well,
yeah.
that's definitely a lesson that we learned because I'm the same way. I'm just like, we talked about it very early on that I'm like a raving lunatic. So don't let me just calm down.
Yeah.
Don't try to talk to me.
It's actually kind of
Because-
cute, to be honest. It's pretty cute because can you imagine her getting upset or turn into
no.
a little?
I can.
Yeah.
And so
Ferocious
just let
little-
me,
Yeah.
don't talk to me. Just let me calm down so I can come back. Because I know yelling and screaming is not going to help at all. So let's talk to each other in a calm voice. And I can't do that right now. So let me cool
Yeah,
off.
she get turned up. I get to smiling.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think men, and
Men-
see, that's
men,
Lee.
I do too.
does
I'm the
that
same
too.
way, you know, and it's like, calm down, you know.
You can't say it's not that serious because that'll
Yeah.
set them off for more. So you
Yeah.
can't say that because
Yeah.
it is that serious to them. You know what I'm saying?
And it used to be where I would just force the issue sometimes. I remember not, you know, I would just really want to get an understanding. Let's kill. My whole thought process was let's kill it now.
Right.
Let's not wait until you cool down. Let's cool down. But she couldn't cool down.
Yeah.
She, me, I could. Okay, I'd put a smile on my face and be good.
Right.
But I had to learn. Had to learn that no, sometimes you just have to wait. Maybe 3 days later, 4 days later, you still mad? I'm cooking dinner. I think even sometimes I'm like, I'm tired of being mad. Come on, stop. No, quit. You should break on through. It's like,
and just for clarification, actually, she did punch me, but it was
play fight.
Play.
So Jason's always like jabbing at me, and I'm always afraid that he's gonna hit me for real.
Yeah, I did a
little play.
Try to tickle her eyelash. And I'm so good at it, never harmed her.
Never. He's never hit me.
But she, I guess, tried to do it and actually hit me. Like, no, you can't do what I do.
Right.
I socked him right here.
And I was driving.
Yeah.
Got the kids in the back. Dang.
I was trying to do what you do, Jason. I can't do it.
Can't do it. It was sorry.
Oh wow.
Okay, what about you, Wendy? What would you say is the biggest factors or the biggest things that kept y'all marriage happy and kept you together and happy?
Lee's personality.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he really is a good guy, and he has a heart of gold, and he'll do anything for anybody. He really will. And he's truly is just an all-around good person. So.
Yeah, a good person. A lot of
Sounds
times
like
people
me,
not
don't it,
looking.
babe?
Yes, it does. A lot of times people be looking at other stuff and just make sure you're just getting with somebody that's a good person.
Yeah.
In the inside, right?
Right, because material things, it comes and goes. I mean, and just like relationships, it ebbs and flows. There's times when, like I said, money is good, it's flowing. Then there's times where we overextended, and it was real important for me to educate our children. And Lee really gave me the leeway to do that. And most men wouldn't, because we've always had good jobs and we made good money. But we spent a lot of money for our kids' education at an early age because we put them in private schools. And he allowed me to do that. So for that, because like I said, we could have more things materially than what we have now. But because he took my, how can I put it? He listened to me and allowed us to put our children through school and, put himself on the back burner to allow us to be able to do that.
So Lee, you couldn't get that Cadillac that you wanted back in the 90s.
I got the Cadillac, but
He still got it.
I still got the Cadillac, but it was a couple of years older than I would have liked. But no, it was like I said, listening to Wendy was in that atmosphere at her job with the education, with the kids. She was working around lawyers and they they were educating their kids. And it really didn't take a whole lot to convince me that this was a good thing.
Right.
But did a little bit more hustling.
Yeah.
And made it happen.
Right.
Yeah, made it happen.
That's dope.
Okay. So what's Lee, what's the best what is the best piece of advice that you have for men in regard to relationships and marriage to make it work?
To make it work.
How to help?
Well,
Wendy just gave she adjusted her seat.
I can't wait to
hear this.
No, I would just say, first of all, and I heard you say it the other night, know who you are getting involved with. You know what I mean? Just kind of know that person, get to know that person before you even get started. You know, you don't want to waste a whole lot of time, but you do want to get to know the person. I would far as say is just to keep. I would just say listen to your wife. Men, listen to your women. You know, their intuitions are way deeper than ours.
More advanced.
More advanced. Yeah. You know, so even though you are the let's just say you're the breadwinner, you're the man, you the head of the household, your wife is right there with you. That's
the
your
head
mate.
can't move without the neck.
That's right.
So you have to understand that her she is just as important as you.
For sure.
Yeah, and she has to, and you have to listen to her. You know, we as men sometimes we get to a point where, because we are the head, we want to just take charge, and that's who we are. We are automatically take charge, and jump ahead of the wife, and I think you have to really slow yourself down and put her right there. You gotta be as one, even though you're not going to be thinking the same things all the time. It's going to be, I think I should be this way. I think it should be that way. We have to come to a medium to move forward. You know, so just pretty much just put her first. No.
Put that woman
Put her first and stay true to who you are. You know, stay true to who you are, but put her right there.
Okay. Wendy, what about you? For the ladies.
For the ladies, I would say know who your man is. When someone comes and tells you something about your man, you should be able to know if that truly is something that your man would do. Not to say that, this is what my mother always told me, never say what your man and your kids won't do because they'll make a liar out of you, which is true. But there's certain things that you know, like if somebody comes and tells me something about my kids, I could tell you which one did it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like the same token as if someone came and said something to me about Lee, I can pretty much know if that's true or not because I've been with this man for so long.
Right.
And I remember his dad had told me one time, well, Lee wouldn't have did that or something, but this was before we were saved. And I told him, I said, no, Lee's saved now. Lee doesn't do, and it wasn't nothing bad, but it was just, and he was like, how you know? I said, because he's a changed man. So when you know who you're dealing with, you know. And the advice that I would give, especially young women, everything is, some things you don't even need to comment on. So it's like, you need to learn to not be able to hear so many things, because men say stuff. And especially when they're around their boys, you know what I'm saying? They want to, so all of that is not even a conversation. You know, they just fronting in front of their boys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let that stuff kind of roll off. It's,
Right.
You know, he's just fronting in front of his boys. So
And nowadays they have group chats, right?
Yeah.
We have group chats. I'm in a group chat. I don't really participate as much. But yeah, you know, you can front. It could be some pictures in there. It can be, you know, all types of stuff. People saying different things, but, you know, they don't necessarily mean that it don't always mean birds of a feather flock together. It don't always mean that. You know what I'm saying? So I like that, you know, learn not to hear, learn what setting is what, and just learn.
pick your battles.
Yeah.
Pick your battles.
Yeah. That's dope.
And I think a lot of young women, because we pop off at the mouth, we can out argue a man anytime. So it does, you know what I'm saying? Because we can. I mean, by the time y'all thinking of stuff, we didn't fired off about 10 things.
Right.
So And a lot of times you just don't have to jump up in a man's face.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Let him be the man. Let him think. Oh, I shouldn't say let him think he won, but you know what I'm saying. Some stuff is
Give them the
it's just
truth,
not
Wendy.
even.
Give them the truth.
But some stuff is just not even worth.
Yeah, it's just not worth the fight.
It's not.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Look at Ashley talking about this stuff right there.
Oh, Jason.
Like she just off of experience.
Because you know
or
you
something.
didn't already won.
Already,
I mean, you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's like you know you gonna do what you gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Either way. I mean, you know what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
to me, I think you should always respect your man.
Mhm.
You know, until he gives you something not to respect him for.
Yeah.
And then that's when it's just time to not be there anymore.
Yeah. And that respect thing is a big thing, ain't it,
Sure
Jason?
is.
Oh, goodness.
Look,
We read a book when we first got married called Love and
We didn't
Respect.
even get marriage counseling, which we should have,
Mhm.
right? We should have got.
I
would
think
advi-
everybody should.
Yes.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I would
Yes.
advise
do.
everyone to
we
get it
should have
done.
got marriage counseling,
Mhm.
but we read this book and it was like our marriage counseling.
Well, it was recommended by a deacon at my church, so
Mhm.
maybe that's why he was like, "You getting married? What happened?" You're like so fast. I had went off to the Navy, so I don't think they even met you. But I was talking to a deacon at my church my church home,
Mhm.
and he recommended that book for us, and so that was the first thing that we
And it was
read.
titled-
It was called Love and Respect, and it
Love
was
and
about
Respect.
loving your wife and wife respecting your husband,
Right.
and it was I think that really helped us out a lot. Like it,
Right.
it was eye opening,
yeah,
you know,
and
because
for us to start off our marriage, that being like the first thing that we learned,
kind of like our foundation, that was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because the Bible talks about men love your wives
Mm-hmm.
and women respect your men.
mm-hmm.
Right.
And the reason being behind that is, you know, women naturally love, they're natural nurturers, right?
Mhm.
Right.
They naturally do that,
Right.
right? Men, we naturally give off respect. The first thing we do, we come in a room, we come in the office.
Right.
What's up, man? How's everything doing? We slapping hands.
Right.
You know, we
Absolutely.
naturally respect each
Right.
other,
Right.
but we, you know, don't naturally love like a woman would love. We
Right.
have to learn that,
Yeah.
you know, and women don't naturally respect like a man would respect. They have to learn that.
Yeah.
So it's so cool that, hey, I got to focus on loving my wife, right? And the
Right.
women have to focus on respecting their man.
Yes.
Respect, and this is a key thing I tell some women out there all the time. I say, go home and tell your husband, you know what, I respect you. Tell your boyfriend, I respect you, and watch how his eyes light up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mhm.
Right.
That's more,
Right.
you know, we hear I love you all the time. Men do, yeah, cool. But when a woman tells you that they respect you, yeah, that hits a little bit harder.
Yeah.
It hits different.
Yeah.
That's true.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
All right, last question. So y'all are empty nesters now. Y'all kids are all gone and grown.
Yeah.
Gone and grown.
So this is a
Go on.
two-part question I meant to ask earlier, because kids can really, I don't know, people
Make you
can
want to fast forward it.
What?
But at the same time, you gotta. My wife is teaching me
Right.
embrace
enjoy
and enjoy
Yeah.
every moment.
every moment.
Right.
Yes.
Even the whining and crying and the sleepless nights
Yes.
and
Yes.
the poop, and the
Yeah.
baths, all that. So you
Yeah.
must enjoy all that. I said, you know what? I do need to enjoy my son laying against my chest.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's not gonna be long. He's
he ain't
not
gonna do
gonna.
that.
He ain't gonna lay on your chest no more.
Yeah, and it's awesome. It's adorable now. And
Yeah.
it's gonna
Yes.
kind of it's gonna feel a little
He already walking. He practically running. He
yeah,
just,
mouth full of teeth.
Yeah. Yeah.
he
Yeah.
was just born yesterday. Feel like
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And it goes so fast.
Yeah.
It does.
So your kids are grown and gone.
Yeah, well, I meant to ask earlier, how did you two stay connected? Because a lot of times people will just focus a lot on their children, and then they kind of lose focus of their relationship with each other.
Right.
So
yeah,
was
and
there
then once the
anything-
kids are gone, they typically
Right.
get a divorce and stuff.
Yeah.
I see that a lot.
Yeah, they said
Right.
that's like happening a lot.
Yes.
People getting divorced after the kids gone because they kind of like don't know
Yeah.
their spouse anymore. So was there anything that y'all did special to stay connected, or was it not really? Just
continue to date.
continue to date.
Continue to date, and
Yeah, y'all do a lot of
Continue-
festivals and stuff.
Yeah,
Y'all
y'all
go out a lot.
lively. Y'all
We
like
go
to
out
go
and
do
do
stuff.
do
We
date.
do stuff.
We do date night.
Mhm.
Now we did go to counseling after
After the
he
kids
left.
left?
After the kids.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't think about that. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's something that I think that's very valuable for people to hear.
Yeah.
To go to counseling again after your kids gone.
Yeah. What was the
that
what?
wasn't that
What?
long though. That was
It was just
quickie.
yeah, it was just a quickie, but because our kids sustained us,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and we just want to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
And so like when Lee left to go to college, it was like okay, because all we had was sports with him,
Mhm.
so we was running back and forth and all that. So we went to go talk out some things to make
Mm-hmm.
financially or whatever, and then but we've always went out.
Mm-hmm.
We've always dated. We've always even when we took vacations with the kids and separate.
Awesome.
So I think that that's very important because you can't just put your life into your kids because eventually they're going to leave you.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna leave you high and dry.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
So when did you said y'all took trips without your kids? Around what age group was that? Was the kids? Because I know we haven't done that yet, but our kids are still kind of young. But
Well, yeah, they were older.
oh, okay.
Like so, I think we went to Vegas one time when Lee was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Jordy been to Vegas like 3 times.
With us,
And,
yeah.
oh yeah, look, Leah went to the Bahamas with us.
Yeah.
Now we did when we went to Hawaii. We went by ourselves.
Mhm.
Leah, we just had her. She was 2,
Mm-hmm.
And my
and
cousin, who
Yeah,
kept?
cousin
Yeah, my
Norma.
cousin kept her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pat. So she was
Right.
between my sister and his cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And when was another vacation? So like we would take local vacations, and then we do vacations separate. Like Lee's taking vacation with him and his boys. I've been with my girls. So I think that's important too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
keeping your own identity and your own friends, and just
Yeah.
being in touch with yourself.
Having
And-
some space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just having some space. You have to allow that, I believe. You know, just people have to have space.
yeah.
Yeah, I
And
give it
that's-
up to
that's
you. I
great
give it
because-
up to you, Ashley. You
Yeah.
you let me allow. You allow me to have my space with my boys.
Yeah, go on, have fun, get
Yeah.
out of here. And you too. Like I just don't do it as much because,
I
like
try
you
to
said,
push it
mothers,
out of you.
Yeah, mothers can't.
we can't rip and run like that, But I do. I want you to go be happy and have fun, and he does me too. So
Yeah, for sure.
whenever I can,
Yeah.
he definitely encourages
kick her
me
out the
to.
house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Get
like,
on
get
out.
on out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't come back
Yeah.
to 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just think that's I think that's sad when people have relationships where they don't do that, or where they don't feel like they can trust each other enough to do that, So the second part of that question was so how has life been? Like this is the last question, but as far as like having the kids, now so you were saying y'all went to counseling after the kids left just to
go sort some things out.
Yeah.
Just to make
Yeah.
So now y'all empty nesters and y'all, going on day cruises and
just loving life.
visiting your grown kids in Japan and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Enjoying yourself.
Hanging out.
Yeah, enjoying.
hanging out.
Yeah.
Both of y'all, retired, just enjoying life, man. I
Yeah.
think that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Enjoying life.
Yeah.
Sleeping in. All that. Staying up late at night.
Mm-hmm.
Just enjoying life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I feel like we got some gems,
Definitely some
golden
nuggets, for
bars, not just nuggets, golden bars.
Yeah, for sure.
For
Mhm.
sure.
So what's some of the so that's I guess no more questions, but what's something your final thoughts to give to the people in the world about longevity and just what's just some final thoughts that you want to throw out there that we didn't touch on?
Just know who you're marrying, but first of all, know yourself.
Know yourself.
what it is that you want,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
and don't compromise your values for anyone.
Mm.
That's what I truly say you can't do, because you'll try to make everybody else happy, but then you're not happy.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So, but mothers, and I think that this is what women don't really understand. for the first few years of your children's life, you are going to be on that back burner, and some women can't handle it. It's hard, you know, because you are that teacher. You're who they're running to. I mean, and especially if you're working on a job too. So you have to be that. You know, you got to make the bacon, fry it, cook it. So, but the one thing I can truly say with Lee is that he's always been there to help me. So, like I cooked, he would maybe wash the dishes. So it was.
Oh, you know, I'm about to turn my head because we just started this.
I just started.
Like JC gonna have to come here and get these dishes.
Yeah.
That's terrible. I know, y'all. I know.
It's work.
But then now it's different because see, I don't really cook anymore.
Yeah.
Lee does all the cooking now.
Yeah.
And like the other day, he got up and he cooked, so I will wash the dishes. I mean, Lee is really good at helping around the house. 'Cause he's the type, he has to move around, not me. I can sit. And I know it probably bothers him. But I mean, my house is clean and all that, but I can sit and not do anything and be just and watching that TV.
Yeah.
It's fine. He is a mover. Like, I'm a loner. I really am. There's some days I can go in that room and I'm into myself.
Right.
He's more of a people person. So
Yeah.
it's like even when we go to conduct business, it's hard for me because bull crap.
Listen, you and me are like, no wonder these two love each other.
I have gotten up and walked out of a meeting where we could be about to sign some papers. I can't do this. And I leave timeshares. I can't do none of those.
That's me all day.
I told you she don't do no time shares. We got out of that a long time ago.
I'm not.
Don't
going.
ask me no more to sit in
do it.
there another meeting. I'm not doing
I
it.
got about a couple more years left with Ashley. Then she gonna be done.
Yeah.
So y'all
That's
basically
funny.
just talking up a storm.
Oh,
Me and
man.
Wendy ready to go. We've been ready to go 20 minutes ago.
Oh my God.
Oh, Leah, tell you, I have gotten up and walked out, and we'll go sit in the car. I told you, I'm done. I'm not signing nothing. I'm over it. So, but he has a person. Lee will talk to anybody. I mean, that's just him. He's just bubbly, getting in the elevator. Hi, how are you? I'm not doing that. You know?
That's me for real, man. That's hilarious. All right, Lee. Any final thoughts that you want to give to the people?
I just as Wendy said, just know who you are, and you know, we have to know that when you have a spouse, you have to know that they are their own person, and you are your own person. So you clash sometimes, you know, but just know that you have to let your mate be who she is, and you be who you are, and make it work from that point on. You know, just do your best, you know, and try to get to know, you know, as I always say, try to get to know who you with.
Right.
Yeah. But
Dope.
and try to get to know that before you get way down the line. You know what I'm saying? Try to understand who you are with.
Right.
With the values.
Right.
You know, this is what it is. Let's talk it out. Is this what you want? Do you want kids or do you not? Do you want a house? You know, what is it out of life that you want? Because we're getting ready to make life decisions here, and I'll say just communicate and understand, you know, what your mate is wanting from you.
Yeah.
You know, and what you're wanting from your mate.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, because that was one question I was going to ask, but I'm trying to respect the time. But just for the single people and how do they select a mate, and just, you know, having those conversations and like talking about specifics. Like, I don't understand how people get married and one person want a child and the other person don't.
Yeah.
I don't get that at all.
I didn't know that a long time ago.
Right. You should learn that
Yeah,
early.
y'all should have that conversation before you even start going together.
Right.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
That's like the second
Right.
date, third date.
yeah,
you know
it's like
what I'm
it's
saying?
okay if you don't want kids, but you better go find somebody that don't want kids.
Right.
There's people out here that don't want
Right.
kids,
Correct.
so
Yeah.
don't get with somebody like that's gonna be a problem.
Well, what people think is they can change people's
Ah,
minds,
Yeah.
and that's what you shouldn't do.
do
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you think, okay, well, he'll come around,
Right.
or she'll come around.
Right.
No,
Nah.
you can't assume that.
Nah.
No,
Yeah,
Don't try
Yeah.
to change nobody.
don't try to change nobody.
And then know what works for you may not work for this other person.
Mhm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Each relationship is different.
Right.
And well, what I would tell single people is it was something that I seen. It was like 3 things you need to know: finances, religion.
That's the foundational stuff.
Yeah, the
Right.
foundation is 3 questions. I can't think of the other one. But these are things that you need to even talk to before you even start dating. Because why would you even want to date somebody who has a FICO score of 300 and yours is 800? No, seriously
Right.
though.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they're not on the same.
Right.
Mhm.
They're not with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met a guy that said that when he started dating a person, I need to see your credit score.
Yeah.
Like, and he
Yeah.
for real. Like,
Look. I was about 5 something. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I told her I used to be a 7. I
Yeah.
just made some different business moves and something went
all
down.
of them want business moves. Okay.
Well, rim sometimes that.
But there
That
are
is a business move for a man. Okay.
there are exceptions though.
yeah.
Yeah, there's always exceptions, and you know who this person is.
Right.
You know, you have to know. Okay, he has potential. She has potential.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Things do happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
things
knew that.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
things-
It came back up.
So yeah, you
Roaring.
can't just yeah.
Came back.
Roared up.
I'm
up.
back.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
just to
yeah.
kind of piggyback off of Lee, what you were saying earlier about knowing who you got, knowing yourself and all that. But at the same time, I think we have to present our true self.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we try to, as men, as males in this world, it seems like a lot of male animals, we puff our chests out, we make ourselves feel bigger than what we really are. The male peacock is the one with the feathers, you know what I'm saying, to put on this show to get this woman, but just be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When you be yourself, it makes things kind of flow just
Easier.
a
Right.
little bit better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
Yeah.
more than likely, if you're not yourself, you faking.
Eventually it's going to come
it's
out.
gonna come
Mhm.
out.
Yeah.
And
And
And pretty fast. Don't take long.
so
and y'all not gonna make it anyway.
you know what I'm
So,
saying?
Right.
Or it becomes difficult, and then now y'all got to adjust to this new person that just came into the relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely be yourself, and
Mhm.
it's okay. It's somebody out there for you. Just because you see this person, you really want them. Maybe it's because their looks, or maybe it's because their status. That may not be the person for you. Be
Mhm.
yourself. That person is going to show itself.
Yep.
Right. Absolutely.
What's your last thoughts, love?
That's it. I'm excited. I think I learned a lot.
Well, I
For
try to
sure.
teach you every now and then, try to drop some knowledge on you. Well, I definitely want to preach. I appreciate you guys for taking the time out of y'all busy schedules and spending some time with us on the Loveology podcast. We really appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.
Yep,
All
that's
right.
it.
All
Thank you for
right.
having
thank
us.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
End it like that.
Okay. You've been listening to the Loveology podcast. Did you have fun with us today? Tell a friend about our show. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to keep the conversation going. Be sure to subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. Visit us at loveologypodcast.com. Thanks for listening. Until next time, Loveologists.